amazing wisdom,
entrepreneurs,
business leaders,
success,
CEOs,
amazing success
around the world.
This is the Success Nuggets podcast. Have you ever wondered what you could learn and how inspired you'd be if you asked incredible people from around the world about the patterns that drive progress? Get ready to dive into a world of insights and inspiration. This is the Success Nuggets podcast with the founder of the Digital Light Bulb and your host, David Abel.
Well, folks, we are joined by someone today. Had you met them or known them for a long time, you would consider them a regional pioneer and still a driving force in the digital realm. It's no small feat that Ansar Kanhiroli is a chief digital officer and has been recognized as one of the top 50 tech visionaries in the Middle East. Ansar, it's great to have you on the show.
Nice to have you, Dave. Nice to talk to you.
Brilliant. Ansar, you're coming live from Dubai, a place where I spent time when we worked. Is that where you're based?
Absolutely. From sunny Dubai.
You as a leader and engaging speaker, what do you think the CEO of the future will look like?
Dave, you have seen the industry quite a bit. As me, and the future CEO is going to be a really interesting, flavorful position where it's not just we used to say CEOs are at the intersection of business, people, technology, process, all that. I think it's kind of got down to the basic now. I think if you want to really stand out and if you want to thrive in the future, you always have to have a skill in predicting, have a crystal ball of yourself. And, you really need to up the game. You really need to know what's not just happening in the industry, but rather, what will happen in the next 4 to 5 years. Looking at all the components and the moving parts in the market. It's highly unlikely that something that has happened in tech is not going to impact something in supply chain or oil and gas, if you know what I'm saying. We are living in a very interesting times where, a small algorithm update can change the world, So we are in a very interesting times.
We are. And I think if we can balance up innovation, tech and customer experience together,
absolutely,
we'll be successful. That's a great insight. So moving on to another question. The show is called Patterns of Progress, and it's more of a kind of a human look at what patterns or practices do you think that create progress, Ansar?
Yeah, I think, Dave, when I reflect on my career, I would say, you should have a purpose. You should be driven by a purpose, and the purpose should lead to something that you're passionate about. You cannot just have a purpose and be silent about it. You have to be passionate about it, and you have to fight for it. No one is going to, oh, yeah, this guy's passionate and this guy has a purpose. Now let's talk to him. No, that's not going to happen. You have to speak up for yourself. You have to speak up for your dream, for your purpose, and be courageous. That's really the thing that has helped me in my growth and in my career, as a mantra where you have to speak up. You have to get your word across and you have to be bold about it. One thing I would be careful, in doing all this is going to be that, you necessarily don't have to come across, rude, or you don't have to burn bridges, because end of the day, at least in my line of work, we are not brain surgeons. We are not gonna save someone's life, or it's never gonna be a life or death situation. So take it calm, keep calm, and do your stuff and be happy, and spread that happiness factor across the board. I think that's something I would share with you here.
Ansar, that's a great insight. I feel really motivated off the back of that. How can the audience and my followers follow you or support any causes you like?
I think I run a consulting firm, Dave. You know that it's called Digital Works Consulting Group. We are based out of Dubai, and we have people across the globe supporting us in the process. We consult and help enterprises and large corporations in their digital transformation, and how to navigate through the complexities around that. And we truly believe that digital is not an option, or it's not like just having a website or a mobile app or an e-commerce website. We feel digital is everywhere. It should be embedded in your baseline business, and we want to make digital as your advantage, as a revenue driver, as a customer engagement driver. That's the sort of mantra that we preach. And you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. That's my primary tool of engagement. And so you can come to my handle, Ansar Kanhiroli, on LinkedIn, or our website, digitalworks.co.
Superb, guys. Go follow Ansar if you are looking forward and interested in the future of digital, AI, tech, and customer experience. Ansar, consistency is crucial. I usually finish the show with a nugget. Today's nuggets come from my wife, Alex, and her mantra is be brilliant at the basics. Is that something you can enhance?
Wonderful. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we talk about, you mentioned AI, you mentioned all this, none of these things will work, if in our, speaking from my line of work, if you don't have your basics in place, nothing is going to work. So I think it's even more important that you have your focus really clear on the basic and the foundation.
And so, again, purely motivating. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of the show. I'd love to have you as a guest on in the future.
Absolutely.
And we wish you all the best with Digital Works and your ventures in Dubai and Middle East.
Thank you, Dave. Lovely talking to you.
Join David and his incredible guests next time on the Success Nuggets podcast. And to find out more, visit onegoldennugget.com. Thank you for listening.